Hi and welcome to Cash and Coins. 2021 has been a wild year for silver and gold. The markets have been up and down. We had the whole silver squeeze thing going on. The promise of silver going to the moon and gold exploding. We must understand that prices are set by the paper, silver, and gold markets, and not physical prices of silver and gold. In this video, I will discuss what's happening all over the world, especially in the gold markets. I will include the silver markets too. What are the central banks thinking? Are they stackers like you and I? You might be surprised on what I found out. Okay, let's get into it. Hello and thank you for joining me here at Cash and Coin. I really do appreciate it. Today I will discuss what central banks are doing. As you know, inflation is out of control. But it's over 6%, at least what they're reporting. We are told it's under control, but do the central banks around the world, what do they really think? I found many articles on how central banks are building up their stockpiles of gold. The Silver Institute also states that silver purchases are also on the rise. We'll start off with gold first. I found this in the Irish Times. They reported central banks up on gold as inflation climbs. And I'll read you this few little pieces. The Central Bank of Ireland has been adding to its gold reserves as inflation in the euro area runs far ahead of the European Central Bank target. The bank's purchase of 2 tons of gold in recent months has ended a more than decade-long period of unchanged holdings of the precious metal. And then the article went on to say central bankers' appetite for gold grew in the first half of the year, with global reserves expanding 333.2 tons, a 39% higher than the 5-year average for the period, according to the World Gold Council, which noted strong purchases by Thailand, Hungary, and Brazil. Singapore increased its gold reserves by about 20% earlier this year. In a largely under-the-radar move, the central banks say it will ensure the resiliency of its portfolio. I guess the article came from Bloomberg. Then I went on to Kitco, and this is what they reported. Ireland buys gold for the first time in 12 years. Ireland's central bank governor Gabriel Mayoff said he was worried about inflation. I'm very conscious that inflation today is impacting on households across the country. It's not so much a question of how long will this go on before I start to worry. It's more that if I see evidence that the blockages are not being fixed or that different things aren't happening, then I will start to worry. But I am worried today. As you see, many of the central banks are building their stockpiles of gold like they have not done in a long time. Now I wonder, will Canada or the UK start buying gold, start stockpiling their reserves, and follow what the rest of the world is doing? I mentioned them because, as I stated in a past video, Canada sold all its gold reserves and the UK sold about half of its gold reserve. Now they did this years ago. As of today, the gold and silver markets are on the move up, yet we know that the prices bounce all around all the time. You never know from one second to the next where those prices will be. But silver, like I said, is on the move. As of this year, these are the countries with the highest silver reserves. Peru has 91,000 metric tons. Australia has 88,000 metric tons. Poland is in third place with 70 metric tons, and these are followed by Russia, China, Mexico, Chile, the United States, and Bolivia. Now, according to Reuters, silver demand shoots to highest since 2015, the Silver Institute says. Global silver demand will rise to 1.029 billion ounces this year, up 15% from 2020 and exceeding a billion ounces for the first time since 2015, the Silver Institute said. It also stated increased demand from investors who wanted a safe asset to ride out the economic turbulence. Now, what is this? It's demonstrating that investors and central banks still see silver and gold as a safe asset, as a hedge against inflation. And I know many people say that it's not anymore, but central banks and investors seem to think differently. Now, as established by the stated prior comments, gold and silver are unquestionably still in the game. I know I will keep purchasing gold and silver throughout 2022, and you are welcome to join me in this journey. As you know, I am not a financial advisor, but I have committed myself to continually purchasing silver and gold on a monthly basis as I follow the dollar cost averaging rule. I do want to say that gold and silver are not like other wealth building tools. They don't earn any interest. Yet they do seem to hold their value over years. They are important because they are outside of the banking system. And as central banks understand this, they know that if their currency fails, it has, as it has for many, many countries, central banks will need that hedge to keep their countries from the effects of a crashing currency. Gold, after all, is the oldest money. It has been traded alongside with silver for thousands of years. And I bet on this. History is the best proof we have that silver and gold do what they're supposed to do in a bad economy. And central banks and investors, they see this too. Now, in my last video, I presented to you the new gold bullion coin from Spain. It seems that with Ireland building its reserves and Spain getting into the gold bullion market, Europe is breathing fresh and new life into the gold markets. Let me know in the comments, what do you think central banks and investors will continue to do? Will they continue to purchase silver and gold in the coming year? In 2022? Will you continue to purchase silver and gold? I know, like I said, I will. Now, I want to thank you so much for watching Cash and Coins. Please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. If you are subscribed, I do want to thank you. And if you're not subscribed, please consider it. After all, it is free. And as I always say, have a wonderful day. And I'll see you on the next video.